They say nothing impresses Donald Trump. Even he was stunned by this jet. This is Putin's personal aircraft, and it's basically a billion-dollar war machine in the sky. A plane so secret, so expensive, and so heavily guarded that even billionaires are left speechless. Nicknamed the Flying Kremlin, this isn't just a presidential jet. It's a $700 million airborne bunker, a mobile command center, and maybe the most secure aircraft on the planet. But here's the crazy part. You've never really seen what's inside it until now, because we're going deep inside the aircraft that shocked world leaders, outclasses Air Force One, and holds secrets no civilian was ever supposed to know. Stay with me, because what you're about to hear will change the way you see presidential travel forever. Let's get one thing straight. Putin's jet doesn't exist on paper the way you'd expect. There's no flashy promo video, no global press release, no tour footage, and that's by design. It's officially called the IL-96-300PU. Built by the Russian aerospace giant Ilyushin, this aircraft looks like a regular long-haul airliner from the outside, but that's just a disguise. Because behind those basic windows and plain paint is a flying war room with the kind of tech usually seen in sci-fi movies. The cost estimates range from $500 million to $716 million per aircraft. To give you an idea, that's more than the GDP of some small countries. For one plane, and Putin doesn't have one. He has at least 5. You might think, why would anyone need 5 jets that look the same? The answer is simple: survival. When Putin travels, multiple IL-96-300PU jets take off, all identical. No one knows which one he's on, not the media, not the ground crew, not even foreign governments. Even more shocking, he decides last minute which jet to board. It's a level of strategic deception that even Hollywood couldn't make up. And it's not just about looking fancy. It's about staying alive in a world where one wrong step could be fatal. But that's just the beginning, because once you're inside, you realize this plane isn't a jet, it's a palace in the sky. The foundation for Putin's presidential jet was laid back in the late Soviet era. The original IL-96 airliner was designed in the 1980s. A wide-body, 4-engine long-haul aircraft made for Soviet prestige. It first became presidential during Boris Yeltsin's era in the 1990s, but Putin, he made it his own. His first unit went into heavy use in 2005. Since then, new versions were added in 2012, 2014, 2016, and even as recently as 2021. Why keep upgrading? Because each new version gets smarter, safer, and even more luxurious. Let's talk numbers. What this jet can actually do. The IL-96-300PU is massive. It stretches over 55 meters long, wingspan over 60 meters wide. It's powered by 4 PS-98 turbofan engines, pushing this beast to speeds of 900 kilometers per hour, over 10,000 kilometers without refueling. That means Putin can fly from Moscow to Los Angeles non-stop. But here's the thing. The moment you step inside Putin's jet, it doesn't feel like an aircraft. It feels like a floating palace. The entire interior is drenched in neoclassical Russian design, with marble effect floors, golden fixtures, and leather-paneled walls embroidered with precision. Hand-carved wooden panels line the halls, and gold trimmings decorate everything, from the lighting to the bathroom faucets. Crafted to reflect his vision of national pride, it's a fully functional flying command center. Inside, there's a private presidential office, encrypted phone lines, and secure servers for high-level communication. Dedicated conference room is set up for real-time military briefings mid-flight. For comfort, there's a relaxation lounge with plush reclining leather chairs and a king-size bedroom for rest during long hauls. At 35,000 feet, Putin even has access to a fully equipped gym because power doesn't pause for altitude. Now this is where things get absolutely insane. Sure, gold taps and marble floors are flashy, but the real story is what you can't see. Putin's jet isn't just luxurious, it's built for war. It comes equipped with laser-based anti-missile defense systems, radar jamming tech, and electronic warfare tools designed to neutralize threats before they even reach the aircraft. While most planes deploy flares or chaff to throw off incoming missiles, this one uses futuristic lasers to blind, confuse, and destroy them mid-air. And if, by some miracle, something does hit, the jet is reportedly hermetically sealed, meaning it could, in theory, survive a water landing without the cabin being breached. Yes, an airplane that could stay intact underwater. Putin's presidential jet doesn't just fly, it vanishes. Coated in a radar-absorbing material usually reserved for stealth bombers, this aircraft is built to slip through the skies unseen. It can cruise into contested or enemy-controlled airspace without showing up on basic radar systems. But that's just the beginning. The jet is also equipped with advanced electronic jamming systems that block radar signals, scramble enemy communications, and confuse missile lock-ons. In other words, even if someone tries to track or attack it, they probably won't be able to. And just in case that's not enough, Putin's flights are sometimes accompanied by Russia's most advanced fighter jets, including the Su-35s and Su-57s. These escorts create a defensive shield around the aircraft, with reports suggesting up to 68 fighter jets can be deployed in a single mission. It's not air travel, it's a full-scale military operation. But the moment this flying fortress lands, the high-security theater doesn't stop. On the ground, Putin steps into the RS Senate, Russia's version of the presidential limo. Except this one looks more like a luxury tank. Weighing over 7,200 kilograms, it's heavier than two full-size pickup trucks and armored to the teeth. Either a 4.4-liter twin-turbo V8 hybrid producing nearly 600 horsepower or a 6.6-liter V12 beast pushing out 850 horsepower. The RS Senate is designed to keep the Russian president safe at all costs, from the skies to the streets. Now here's something you probably didn't expect, that in the middle of all this high-tech security, golden interiors, and military precision, there's one unexpected detail that feels almost human. Putin still owns his very first car, a modest ZAZ968 that his mother gave him decades ago. It's not armored, not luxurious, and definitely not fast. In fact, it's the kind of car most people wouldn't think twice about. He actually sold it at one point, but years later went out of his way to track it down and buy it back. Today, that little Soviet-era vehicle sits quietly in one of his private garages. And that says something, because in a world where everything around him is designed to intimidate, to defend, and to impress, this one old car tells a different story. It's a quiet reminder of simpler times, of roots, of family. It's not there to make a statement to the world. It's there because it means something to him. That's the one part of his empire that isn't built to impress, but to remember. So why does Russia pour billions into jets and armored cars that look like they came out of a doomsday movie? It's not just about luxury or safety. It's about sending a message. For a country like Russia, and especially for a leader like Vladimir Putin, the image of power is just as critical as the actual power itself. Every inch of that aircraft, every inch of that limo, screams control, dominance, and readiness for anything. These machines aren't just for transport. They're built to survive chaos, cyber attacks, assassination attempts, diplomatic failures, and even nuclear fallout. They exist to remind the world that Putin is always 10 steps ahead, whether he's in the sky or on the road. And by making these planes and cars nearly invincible, he's not just protecting himself, he's reinforcing an idea. That no matter what happens, Russia's leadership remains untouchable. This isn't just travel, it's strategy in motion. And if you think that's wild, wait till you see what else the world's most powerful leaders are hiding. Hit that subscribe button, because what's coming next is even crazier.